Hello, I'm David Puttnam. I was until very recently a member of the House of Lords, and in that capacity I chaired a committee 2019 and 20 looking at the impact of social media on democracy effectively and the dangers that we faced. Among the things we discovered, or I would say even more so, we were horrified by, was the lack of preparedness by the two major parties to engage with a proper debate over the use of digital media. Their position was, number one, they didn't want to give evidence. Number two, that whilst they agreed they may have been miscreants in the past, they had to be, as political parties, cut a bit of slack. Now, I don't know how you feel, but the idea of a democracy within which a certain group of people, unrepresentatively in a sense, want to be cut a bit of slack is not a great idea. I go back to the famous 350 million NHS battle bus that Boris Johnson paraded around the country. Interestingly, I was giving a speech at the 100th anniversary of the Institute of Practitioners in Advertising. The whole advertising industry was there. And I mentioned that one of the great things about the advertising industry is the way it had self-regulated over a long period of time, and that the type of claim made on that bus would be absolutely impossible to make about Heinz baked beans. That we have regulations that insist that advertising is honest and truthful. And yet here we are within the political sphere, disregarding the notion that certainly where it comes to digital advertising, there's no requirement, no legal requirement to be either honest or truthful. So I agreed, quite enthusiastically actually, to become chairman of EARP. EARP's a brand new organisation. Purpose of it is to look at what's happening on the ground. We're using the local elections on May the 5th as, in a sense, an experiment to try to show governments or parties what is possible. We can't go on as we are. We need regulation in this area, that it can be achieved, and it needs to be achieved if you have any interest at all in a long-term flourishing democracy.